Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Roush, and welcome to week 10 of the Pokemon Speedruns Draft League. This is my match against Geno Kirby. I am super glad, actually I'm super mad, that I did not bring Circuitry. I really do like Lone Star, actually. Lone Star is going to be very nice for us. In fact, potential leads on his side. Chestnut is a potential lead. Mew is a potential lead. I like Ludicrous Speed because it doesn't allow Chestnut to really get set up. Kind of trick it to getting itself into trouble early on. So Chestnut is a problem for Barf. So if I get Chestnut out of the way, Barf is clear. If I get Steela out of the way, the Schwartz is clear. Schwartz sets up on Lantern. Rocks are good, spikes aren't necessary. Aren't as necessary. Ludicrous Speed is a good lead. Lone Star is an okay lead. Lone Star is actually a decent lead. I can lead Lone Star. See what happens. How much am I doing to a defensive Chestnut? Incineroar, Flare Blitz 2 hit KOs. Drain Punch doesn't. Flare Blitz 2 hit KOs after Drain Punch. Sounds good to me. Let's go. Because I really don't want that Chestnut getting too far ahead. Steela is out. Incineroar versus Steela. Steela, if he's not running any defense, has a very good chance of dying. Steela does. How much to Lone Star? Steela with Earthquake, you are at -1. Does 33%. Do I want to take that? Flare Blitz is doing tremendous amount of damage to nearly everything, with the exception of Lantern. In fact, you know what? Let's double check. Let's see, who's not here? Cabalion's not here, Chestnut's here, Salazzle's here, Lantern's here, Sneasel isn't. Altaria is... you last 3 aren't. Cool. Sounds good. Flare Blitz would be a fantastic option. I do not want him setting up seeds. However, there exists a Lantern. Do I have a decent pivot with Lantern? Yes, I do. I can pivot Schwartz. Volt Switch would be an obvious choice. And I would be behind schedule. And I would be in versus a Steela. Probably. Unless I read Barf. Read and go Barf. Flare Blitz is a good option here. Because even against Salazzle, Salazzle is taking 50%. Does not kill in return. With Poisonium. Poisonium is... well, Poisonium would kill after. Flare Blitz recoil. Flare Blitz is a good option. We're going Flare Blitz. How much does this Altaria take? Absolutely nothing. That is Fizdef Altaria. Alright, Altaria, defensive defog. Flare Blitz did 24%. Indicative of Fizdef. Answer is possibly. Some bulk, but not max. Schwartz is an option. I like the Schwartz. Ken Toxic, possibility Shuckle. Shuckle would be a good one. I can set up Web. Set up Rock. Set up Infestation. Let's do that. Let's go Shuckle. Hi, I'm a Shuckle. This is my home. I'm setting up webs. Because webs is useful. Shuckle took Altaria Mega. Altaria Mega, support, offensive Dragon Dance, support. Hyper Voice did how much? Hyper Voice did 18. What? Hyper Voice did what? Did 19. What? Huh? Am I missing something? Drago went for Hyper Voice. Buckle this lost 19% of its health. 18.9. This Altaria is running somehow max special attack, question mark, question mark, question mark. I think he done goofed. Okay, that actually might be better for me. That might be better for me. Alright, I can infest. I can infest. Zygarde exists. You're not getting that much back with your stuffs, so. And I can get off my rocks. And I could figure out Heavy Slam, crit. That's sad. That's really, really sad. That's stupid. Steela defensive versus my Shuckle. Heavy Slam actually killed anyway. Okay, so never mind. That's not that sad. Incineroar still kills. Flare Blitz switch-ins become even fewer and far between. So there's that. So Flare Blitz looks better and better. Yeah. Nice burn. Toxic's cool. Alright. Seeds are probably coming out. Doesn't matter. Still no Flare Blitz switch-ins. Lantern, maybe. But, not too many at this point. I mean, I gotta imagine that he's clicking Seeds here, or Lantern. Okay, cool. I don't want him getting too far ahead of me, so I'm just gonna keep clicking Flare Blitz. Chestnut! Oh! Ooh, this is gonna hurt. That's perfect. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Sweet. So, Chestnut from Incineroar, Chestnut, defensive spikes, took how much? 60? That's indicative of max Fizz depth. So, Gren, from here, Gren kills with Ice Beam. Torrent Ice Beam, please. Don't do this again. 55 to 65%, yes. So there's that. Barf does not kill with Choice Band. Speaking of which, Barf is almost clear. Barf is almost cleared because Steela dies. Altaria, I think, is the last Mon standing, but it's not a switch-in. Because Zygarde versus Altaria. Which, I'm still curious at what that set was, what the investment is, because my Flare Blitz did what? My Flare Blitz did 25%. Or no, did how much? Did 24%. So it's not max Fizz def. It's not even... Could it be careful on accident? It could be careful. Could be running no defense, but it's definitely around max HP. So if that's the case, if it's running careful, how much is... Not circuitry, I wanted Zygarde. Zygarde is doing 52 to 62%. It is almost there. Hyper Voice will not kill because it's careful for some freaking reason. And Return does less, right? Return does about the same as Hyper Voice at this point. So Barf is almost clear. But right now, I'm Greninja, and I'm clicking the Ice button. Because Ice is nice. Zygarde need how much more on Chestnut? Everything. It needs everything. So, that's that. Still clicking the Ice Beam button, even though a Spike would be nice. I could go for a Spike, because this thing's not killing me in a single hit. Taunt and set up a Spike. I like that play. Because getting a Spike up for Altaria is tremendous. And also for Chestnut. Chestnut is taking 16 to 19%. Okay, I can set up yet another Spike. I can set up another Spike. I think at this part he switches out. Gallade is now clear, actually, right? Because the Spike's up. The Spike's up and the rocks are up. The Chestnut is at how much percent? Chestnut is at 40%. Guaranteed to a KO. Mew. Defensive Mew. Guaranteed to a KO. Yes. You're still taunted for one more turn, and I am living another hit from the Steela. So, sweet. That's good for me. Lantern is caught. I can U-turn my way out. Sylveon is safe. Sylveon's safe. Gallade is safe. Huh? Gallade versus a max HP Mew. Let's pretend. Never kills. That's the last thing before Gallade can win. So is Mew. So he's got to save Mew. Sylveon is still safe. I kind of feel like Scald would be coming out here. Celesteal dies after rocks. Is Sylveon clear? Poison, that's fine. I can set up a sub. Does break sub, maybe. Kind of want to just go for Psyshock here, because Psyshock gets damage off on everything. Oh yeah, my speed. That exists. Right. I forgot, my speed is greater than 0. Right. But Salazzle is not free to come in. Mew would allow me to figure out what it is. And Mew is the last thing stopping Gallade. I can definitely figure out what the Mew set is. Gren is... What? That is... bizarre? What? What do you do that for? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He had a free switch and he just sacked off Steela. Geno, what are you planning? There's the freaking Mew. There's the problem child. Come here, problem child. Go for your defog. Go for your defog and let me bring in my Zygarde. He wanted it right then and there. Alright. So I'm actually gonna go out into my Gren and taunt this sucker. Because I don't want this Mew getting out of hand either. And honestly, nothing switches into Gren. Nothing switches into Greninja at this point. Even though he knows my entire moveset. This Gren was super nice. Super nice. I figured that spikes would be tremendous. And the fact that it also dealt decently with Steela was pretty fun too. But props to Incineroar doing the bulk of the damage. In fact, yeah, Incineroar doing the bulk of the damage. Lantern now dies. Mew can be neutered. Salazzle can be neutered. Chestnut is now neutered. Because after... Oh, we're at 2 layers of spikes. Gallade knockoff without boost kills defensive Mew. And I think we've figured out that it is just max HP Mew based on Sylveon damage. Am I right? Yeah, just max HP Mew based on Sylveon damage. Could be Fizdef. That's a Salazzle. That's cute. I'm okay with that. Because now I can sack off my my Sylveon and go into Zygarde and click the button. So I think the button KOs. Oh, that could be Fizdef Mew. The button would not kill Fizdef Mew. If it's Fizdef Mew, let's pretend it's Fizdef Mew. Fizdef Mew. How much? 75% chance to 2 KO, so it's not a switch in per se. But I'm gonna click the switch button and go on out into Sylveon because Sludge Wave is coming out. Poisonium, that's cool. That's fine. You did your job. Way to go, Sylveon. Gallade comes out. How much is Salazzle doing to Gallade? Once I Mega, Salazzle. That's the last thing that can win, right? If I set up an SD, Altaria is gone, question mark, question mark, question mark. Special Sweeper, Poisonium, you can't poison Z-Me. Fire Blast is doing 50 plus. Mew, defensive Mew, Fizdef Mew. 252, 252 bold. Knockoff. You're at 90%. Guaranteed to a KO. Crap. Fizdef Mew still survives. But with not a lot. If I go for Swords Dance, it's dead. Yeah. If I go for Swords Dance, everything dies. Yes? I go for Swords Dance, everything dies now. I think that's right. Because nothing can defog. All the hazards are set. I think that's it. Crit Burn would have done the job, though. But now, I believe that is game. Everything dies to Psycho Cut. Or knock. Oh, the Colbur. That's fine. Well, now everything dies to Zygarde. Okay, that's fine. The Colbur tech is fine. Now everything dies. Alright, GG. Wait. Altaria doesn't die. Hold on. Oh, crap. Altaria does not die. Crap. Let's pretend that you're Max Fizdef. No, you weren't Max Fizdef. You couldn't have been. You couldn't have been, because of how much Incineroar was doing. You were randomly minus special attack. With that, you are now at... Sorry, what? It was at 76%, right? 76%. Choice Banded, 1,000 arrows, guaranteed. Does 52%. If this is somehow... The calc was wrong. Why was the calc wrong? This is ridiculous. It's fine, because I still have Greninja that can also win. Gren still wins. Gren still wins. What? everything still wins because I have Icium. This is just... What is this Altaria spread? Because regular Altaria... Regular Altaria versus the Incineroar took 24% from the Flare Blitz. Regular Altaria. So... Oh. That one's on the calc. That one's on the calc. Yeah. I have to just stay in and keep clicking 1,000 arrows. If I stop clicking 1,000 arrows, Gren loses. This is just ridiculous. I mean, I guess I should have figured the Colbur Berry Mew. That's fine. I still have him in check because I have Gren. Because Gren versus... And I think he's showing that he's Fizz-Def Mega-Altaria at this point. Because my Choice Banded Zygarde is doing 43%. So it's not max, but it's most. Say 128 on the Sped-F side. How much is my Z doing? My Z Ice Beam. My non-Protean, my Torrent Z Ice Beam is doing 78 to 92. To Dragon Fairy. My Sub-Zero Slammer. And it cannot switch in and still survive the Icium. So eventually the crit was going to win out. Alright. So, Chestnut lives 1,000 arrows, I believe. Never mind, no it doesn't. Cool. So Zygarde just wins now. And now Zygarde becomes my MVP. Alright, GG to Geno. Icium should have killed. With Torrent. I don't know what that spread was, but I did my best. Because he was not roosting up to a point where my Zygarde did not KO in return, question mark. The crit sped up the battle, but I think I still had him in check the whole time. Although he says otherwise, because he was caught in guard. Not sure. Anyways, GG to Geno. Finally got that monkey off my back. And I will see y'all next week. Roush is out. Peace.